Hey everyone, so this past summer I bought this, a Jumper T18 Pro. At the time I was shopping for my first transmitter, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted in a radio. I knew my goals were to eventually get into long-range FPV, but that was just a goal for a future date. It's actually still for a future date, but I did like the idea of having the FrSky 900 or 915 megahertz transmitter built in. And so, with the supply chain being messed up due to coronavirus and things just taking, in general, longer to get here, going out of stock all the time, etc., I made a shot at the hip and bought the T18 Pro as soon as available here in the US. Now, I was aware that the far more commonly used 2.4 GHz antenna was internal, but I didn't think that was going to be too big of a deal for the range that I would typically be flying a 2.4 GHz plane at. Boy, was I wrong. The range on a Jumper T18, at least on a 2.4 GHz frequency, is just atrocious. So much so that if I had one of my bigger planes and it gets 300 meters out or so, and the signal strength, it starts to really make me nervous, just as that signal strength starts to plummet. And so it's just another additional thing that I have on my mind when I'm flying, and it just adds additional stress. So that being said, I bought this from Defiance RC. No, it's not just a cardboard box. In here should be a Radiomaster TX16s. My biggest reason for purchasing this new transmitter is that this actually has the external 2.4 GHz antenna, which will hopefully give me better range. Even if I don't use that kind of range, it's a lot less stressful to not have to hear the low signal alarm going off on the radio. Yes, I lose the FrSky or FrSky long-range radio, but as I've been flying, I've decided that's not really a loss. You see, I've been building what I would call budget UAVs, off-the-shelf, plug-and-play fixed-wing aircraft that I then solder up a Maytech flight controller and run RDPilot on. So the plane will be about 200 bucks, the flight controller is about $50, receivers $35, telemetry radio another 40 to 50, depending on the time of day, and by the time it's all said and done, you're looking at about $330, $350. The thing is an FrSky receiver is about the same price as a TBS Crossfire receiver. TBS receiver is actually a little bit cheaper, especially when you compare Crossfire to something like the L9R, which is about like $45 to $50. And I've routinely seen Crossfire receivers from anywhere from $25 to $35. So I'm moving over to Crossfire, because with Crossfire, not only are you getting a better radio, you're also getting telemetry. And what I mean by telemetry is I mean real MavLink telemetry within the same device. So if I'm going to be using a Crossfire module anyway, I'm not really losing anything by leaving the Jumper T18 Pro. So let's finally open this box up. So we have the Radiomaster itself, the radio, if I can get it out. I see my TBS Crossfire receiver. I don't see my battery though. Hopefully that's in here. I bought one of these Crossfires from Defiance RC just because it was on sale. It was the cheapest I've ever seen one, actually. They were like $26 maybe. It might have been $36, but I think it was $26, so not too bad. But that's a future video, so we'll go into that later. Oh, more wrap. That's some bulky packaging. Hopefully the battery's in here too. So, looks like it comes with some stickers. Kind of nice if you're into that sort of thing. Also has a quick start guide. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. Ta-da! I wonder if it's actually as thick as it looks in this box. So it is thicker than the Jumper T18, but it's not that much thicker. It also feels a bit heavier, but not something that I would think would be uncomfortable. It actually is I'd say a decent amount heavier actually. But again, it's pretty comfortable in the hands. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Let me check inside of here. Maybe that's also just because this thing has a LiPo battery in my jumper. I used to have lithium ion, and sure enough, they already put the Radiomaster battery in here. So just a nice extra thing from Defiance RC. They went ahead and put this battery in here for me. I guess it is actually a lithium ion battery as well. But yeah, not bad. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see what it does. Hopefully there's still some charge in it. Power button should be here.
Welcome to OpenTN.
Move this out of the way.
Switch warning.
Switch warning, story of my life. Okay, so we have SB, SC, and here we go. Wow. So first impressions, I will say this display looks nicer. It looks a lot nicer. It seems to be a higher resolution display than what even the Jumper T18 Pro has. Which is kind of interesting because I think that's supposed to be considered a more premium product, but this feels pretty solid. I actually like the weight a little bit better. Is this thing actually touchscreen like they said it would be? I don't know, but maybe that's just me right now. I haven't really, like I said, this is my unboxing, so I haven't really taken a look at it yet. Let's see what else. Gimbals feel nice. Those Hall effect sensors are pretty nice. Yeah. Very nice. Oh, that's another thing that I really liked about this. So the other radio, the Jumper T18 Pro, is kind of a pain because even though it does have USB-C, it's actually only for like, you know, writing to the SD card and doing formatting, firmware updates, that kind of thing. It's not like this guy here, where this USB-C allows you to actually charge the battery internally, which is a really nice feature because otherwise you had to go and just constantly take and struggle to get the battery out. It's not really that much of a struggle to get out, but just kind of a nuisance. This is just a lot more convenient, so really looking forward to that. And like I said, this antenna here is a 2.4 gigahertz antenna instead of the long-range receiver, or long-range transmitter, sorry, the long-range antenna that the Jumper T18 uses. So yeah, looking forward to using this, and I'll let you know in a future review when we're actually flying this thing. Talk to you later. Bye.